All right, just for a second, look at the stuff around you. Seriously, your phone, your t-shirt, that cup of coffee, you might not realize it, but pretty much everything you own has a secret in its past, a long, long journey inside a simple metal box. I know, it sounds a little dramatic, right? Like something out of a movie. But what if it's true? What if this totally ordinary, humble shipping container is actually the secret engine that powers, well, everything? You know the feeling. You're scrolling online, you see something you like, you click buy now, and boom, a few days later, it shows up. But what happens in between? Well, that single click sets in motion one of the most powerful, complex, and absolutely massive systems ever built by humans. All of it centered around that one steel box. To really get how powerful this is, we gotta turn back the clock. We need to see what the world was like before this system even existed. And believe me, it was a totally different and way more chaotic place. So picture this. Before the 1950s, loading a ship was just organized chaos. You had goods in every kind of sack, barrel, and crate imaginable, all different shapes and sizes. Dock workers had to physically load every single item by hand. It took forever, it was super expensive, and a ton of stuff got damaged or even stolen along the way. But then, this one guy, a trucking entrepreneur named Malcolm McLean, had this light bulb moment. An idea so simple it was almost ridiculous. He looked at all that chaos and thought, wait a minute, what if we stopped moving all the little things and instead just moved the box? A single, standard-sized box that a crane could just lift off a ship, drop right onto a truck, and then slide onto a train without anyone ever having to open it. And just like that, everything changed. I mean, everything. That one idea completely flipped global trade on its head. Loading a ship went from taking weeks down to just a few hours. And the cost, it completely collapsed. The price to load a ton of cargo dropped from almost $6 to, get this, just 16 cents. All of a sudden, you could make something on one side of the planet and sell it on the other for cheap. The age of globalization wasn't just coming, it had arrived. So just how big did this whole thing get? Well, that simple little idea grew and grew until it became the literal backbone of our entire world economy, operating on a scale that's kind of hard to wrap your head around. Check out this number, over 90%. That's how much of all the stuff in the world is transported by sea. And yeah, you guessed it, almost all of that is packed neatly inside shipping containers. Your bananas, your car parts, the medicines at the pharmacy, it's all floating on the ocean right now. The real genius is just how practical they are. They're designed to be stacked like giant Lego bricks on these massive ships. They're sealed up tight so the cargo is secure, and because they're all the same size, they can be moved by cranes, trucks, and trains anywhere. It's the magic of standardization, and it's what makes the whole system work. But here's the catch. When you build a system that's so incredibly efficient, you also create a hidden weakness. We have built our entire world on the idea that these boxes will always be moving. So what happens if they stop? And hey, this isn't some crazy what-if scenario. We've seen it happen. A canal gets blocked, a port shuts down, and because the whole system is so tightly wound, a single traffic jam in one part of the world sends shockwaves absolutely everywhere else. And that's really the heart of it. Our entire just-in-time economy, where stores only have a few days of stock on their shelves, depends on that constant flow. If the containers stop moving, so do the things we rely on every single day. The world literally stops moving with them. The fallout is fast and it's serious. Even a small delay can cause food and fuel shortages. When supply can't keep up with demand, prices just explode. It can set off real economic chaos. And all of it can start because a few thousand metal boxes didn't get where they were supposed to go on time. And that just goes to show you the real secret sauce of the system. It's not just about the boxes themselves, it's about managing this unbelievable, complicated dance that they do all across the planet. Honestly, it's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube that's the size of the Earth and is constantly changing. You have millions of these containers out there, and they all have to be in the right place at the exact right time, carrying the right stuff. You can't have a million empty boxes piling up in one spot while another country has nothing to ship their goods in. It's a logistical puzzle on an unimaginable scale. So what's next for the humble container? Well, as our world gets even more connected and demand keeps growing, this simple steel box is getting a pretty serious tech upgrade. As global demand just keeps climbing, the system has to get even smarter and faster. We're talking about containers with their own GPS trackers and sensors. We're seeing ports that are almost fully automated with giant robotic cranes that load and unload ships faster than you can believe. That simple box is becoming a key player in a super smart, high-tech global network. There's a saying that sums it up perfectly: invisible to most, but essential to all. It's kind of like the internet or the electrical grid, right? It just works in the background, totally out of sight, but our entire modern life is built right on top of it. So the next time you get a package delivered to your door, just take a second. Think about the absolutely epic journey it went on. Probably thousands of miles across an ocean, lifted by massive cranes, all while tucked away safe and sound inside one of those world-changing boxes. It's pretty wild when you stop and think about it, right? The hidden power these things have over every part of our lives. So be honest, did you have any clue that these simple boxes were secretly running the world? If this explainer kind of changed how you look at everyday things, let me know down in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button and definitely subscribe for more deep dives into the invisible systems that shape our world. Thanks for watching.